What's up, everyone, and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be jumping into an inverted flicker effect. It's super simple to use and it's kind of effective. So let's jump in on it. Let's jump into it. Let's do it. But first, click that like button and let me know what you think down in the comments below, because I read your comments at the end of my videos. Let's check it out. Alright, so the inverted flicker effect, what is it? Well, you're basically inverting your colors. And you're not just inverting your colors, you can pick a specific color channel, and you can use a bunch of different properties in the actual effect itself to change your image. And it's pretty cool, because there's a lot of room to play around with it, and I want to unleash your creativity. Speaking of unleashing your creativity, this video was brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community where millions come together to take the next step in their creative journey, with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people on topics that you'll love. If you're stuck at home like me, spontaneous acts of creativity may help break up the routine of a day spent indoors. Explore workshops, classes, and more on topics like photography, film and video, or even music production. On that topic, I have been watching how to master songs like a pro, all from home from Young Guru, and it's actually quite interesting with some high-level stuff. And at less than $10 a month, it's a no-brainer. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a 2-month free trial of premium membership so you can explore your creativity. Thanks again, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. Let's jump back into Premiere. So now that we're in Premiere Pro, let's check out what we just made. As you can see, I just have a bunch of clips and adjustment layers. Now, if I go onto one of these adjustment layers, let's see what effect we're playing with. Well, you guessed it, invert. So invert is an effect that gives you a bunch of different properties that you can change. So let's show you how to do this from scratch. The basic premise of this effect is simple. If you have transitions that are just standard cuts on your music, if you have music on the underlying layer, it looks like this, and it's not the greatest. I mean, you don't really know what's going on, but if you edit to music, it looks great. So what you want to do is actually go to the project tab, click this new item button down here, and go to adjustment layer. Click OK, and then drag that adjustment layer onto your project. Now, typically I like to keep this at either 1 or 2 frames for the flicker. I think it looks great. So in order to do that, you can go anywhere, make a cut, and then go 1 frame, and then 2 frames, make another cut, and then just delete the other portions of the adjustment layer. Now click on your adjustment layer and go to the effects tab and type in invert. You're going to want to drag on the video effects channel invert onto your adjustment layer, and look what happened. Our friend Josh over here just got inverted. Now for reference, this is the original and this is the inverted image. It basically flips the color channel. Now you can invert a lot of different properties. If you go to the effects control tab and go to channel under invert, you can click on these and kind of mess around with the look that you will get. This red, green, and blue is how you get the cool little RGB effect that I had in my intro. Let me show you. Right here, I had a 1 frame green, a 1 frame red, and a 1 frame blue. And if you play that back, it looks like a little RGB flash, and it's really cool. So let's do a couple different options in this edit. So typically I like to mess around with something that looks pleasing to the eye. I found that HLS looks pretty cool if you're using 1 frame. You got hue, which basically desaturates a couple colors, and lightness. You have to play around with all of these and what they look like. So basically all you have to do this effect is drag your adjustment layer over, and anytime you have a transition, drag your adjustment layer on there. And then we have another one right here. So if you look right away, we have a flicker and it's inverting our transitions. But now, what if we want to change this? Well, the great thing is on our adjustment layer, we can click on it and change the channel to maybe in-phase chrominance, which will basically desaturate some colors. So you can really play around with what it looks like, and you can even cut down your adjustment layer or make it longer if you need to. So I'm going to cut down that adjustment layer by hitting C, and then click on the second one. I dragged it out 1 more frame, and let's change this to saturation. So yeah, you can really play around with this. Some of them don't look as good. I don't really use saturation that much, but you might. So that looks pretty decent. Now let's keep moving forward. And the great thing is that you can just copy this adjustment layer by holding Alt and clicking and dragging, or Option on a Mac. So let's go through this transition right here, and let's pick something like a red channel. Now, if you make the red channel one frame, it looks like this. It's just a quick flash of red, but let's copy this by holding Alt or Option on a Mac and drag it over, and then change the next one to the green channel and plug that back. So now it's like a quicker flash. You can't really see the red as much, but then it goes to red to green. So let's copy that over one more time by holding Alt and then change it to blue. So now it should play back red, green, blue. So now it looks like this. So it's a quick little flash. The green seems to be overpowering, so you can really play around with this and manipulate it as much as you want. Now, these invert effects will actually stack. You can hold the Alt key and drag your adjustment layer up another frame, and then change this to like RGB. Now you're getting this weird purple look, which is pretty cool, because it's overlaying the colors. So I like the look of that. I think that looks pretty cool. So let's do a couple more, and that's the basics of this effect. It's super simple. So for this one, let's just make this the standard RGB, make a cut, and then drag this one out a little bit, and we're going to go down to in-phase chrominance to desaturate the colors a little bit. And we're going to make that one a little bit longer, because it doesn't really matter how long your effect is. It's just your artistic opinion. So I like the look of this. I think it's cool, and then it goes quickly into another shot that's moving, but this shot's a little stationary. So I want to add a flicker right before that transition. So let's hold Alt and drag that adjustment layer up, and we have the RGB on here, and now it flickers right before that transition, but let's drag it out and make it flicker a little bit more into the transition. So yeah, artistic design, it looks pretty cool. It definitely looks different than what you would normally see, but my one pro tip is don't overuse this flicker. Now you know how to do it in a super efficient way. Don't overuse it. So, this is the other thing about this effect. If you go into the blend with original, you can change the blend mode. So if you drag the blend with original to the right, it'll increase the blending value. Now when you get to 50%, it's a complete gray screen and it doesn't look the best. So blend with original doesn't really work that well. It's just kind of blending and fading out the intensity of your invert. Now you can keyframe that if you want, but I find that I typically don't need to for this effect. Since it's so simple, honestly, I'm just going to stick with a couple adjustment layers. Alright, so that's pretty much it. It's super simple and easy to do. I like effects like this because they're super simple, they're easy, and for certain projects, they get the job done. Alright, let's read some comments that you guys had on my last tutorial. Alright, let's start reading some of these comments. Mark Elliott said, "Thanks for the info. However, I always add my camera shake on demand when shooting." Well, Mark, that's honestly what you should do, but if you don't, watch that video and you'll learn how to do it. Poke Ninja said, "Can you make a tutorial on how to make a Twixtor and remapping effect? Twixtor is used in After Effects, so I'll definitely add that to my list of things to do." Elvin said, "Hey, simple and great effect to use. Thank you, man." Well, Elvin, thank you for checking the tutorial out. Documented, sometimes things never change. He said, "He always reads my comments. LOL. I feel special. Wash your hands." Make sure you wash your hands, guys. It's important. Rivu said, "Just a thing I was looking for. Kyler, you always have been a lifesaver. Hope you're doing well during these hard times. Stay safe." Well, honestly, I hope everyone is doing well during these hard times because this is like crazy. I mean, can you imagine staying at home forever? Honestly, I wish I could make more videos, but I'm pretty swamped at work. Thankfully, I'm still working. But hopefully I have some new stuff coming soon. If you guys have any idea for a future tutorial, let me know because that is the hardest process. Like coming up with an idea in a video is like overwhelming. But I want to keep making videos because we just crossed 200K and that's a huge milestone. Wow, that feels great. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, please let me know down below. Hit that like button, and if you're new, consider subscribing. And again, huge shout out to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Well, that's all I have for today. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.